Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Guys, Friday is such a hassle. Um, I have two shows that I've already watched, and I'm still looking at probably 2 to 3 more shows I might have to watch. I have to watch JoJo, I have to watch Doctor Stone, and I still need to watch Fire Force if it comes out today. Like, holy crap. Thank God JoJo's on its last episode because this is so much on a Friday. But I'm going to get it all to you guys and starting with Bell Coon. My God, this man, this Apollo, oh my God, I hate this guy already, man. For some reason, all of the scummiest gods want your boy. They just want your boy. And I'm getting tired of it, you know what I mean? Like, we got people out here who really want Belle and for the worst ways. And not to mention the fact that one of the people who have been, not even just one of them, but seemingly every single person here has been like ran down and captured and under their will of they didn't want to go and this guy forced it upon them and probably took them away from their loved ones and stuff like that. So not only do we have that as like a really like messed up confirmation of just like what this guy has done to other people in his familia and somehow they're still working for him free of charge. Uh it just goes to show you as well like how ridiculous what? That was weak as heck. Just how ridiculous these people can be, not people, these gods can be. It got so bad to the point that after declining the war game, he pretty much took matters in his own hands and just pushed forward and absolutely tries to wreak house on Bel and literally Hestia, which should be against all the rules that we know, but because of how much stuff is going on throughout this little scuffle, we learn so much about the Apollo family and how scummy they are. Excuse me, this is my first video and I'm waking up. I won't be yawning for long. Apologize. So we learned that whatever really transpires, right? Whatever happens in the middle of town with Bell running away from his area where he actually wakes up and sleeps every day that just got destroyed, which makes a lot more sense with the opening song having them in a brand new area and stuff like that. It looks like this is already the kickoff to why they need to move and make a new place to stay. So that's pretty messed up. I was wondering where that was going and as a whole, but it looks like I know now, you know? So that sucks. They just lost their home in this week's episode practically. Like, they got blown up, man. Like, they just went in on our boy's house. So I'm really looking forward to seeing, like, what actually is going to be um, the revenge or, like, how are they going to come out of this war game and straight up beat some people that have some ridiculous power on their side already, which that seems like it's already a motion to be beaten. but but um the guy, so there's two people that I didn't really mind out of all of the Apollo people so far because seemingly they have gone even from city to country to get away from this man. And regardless of doing all that, they still got captured. They're still working for him as if, he is their one and only, God to follow. So to see that and to know that that's pretty much how all this has been transpiring is this guy just going around collecting children. He's pretty much the woman version of Freya, which is actually super terrifying because she wants, young boys or whatever, and this guy just don't care. He wants all the kids. Which we also have to remember the guy who supposedly got beaten up so bad that he needed all these like freaking things like crutches and bandages and all this, and the next thing you know, he's in the lineup of people completely fully fine, with no injuries at all. So I mean, if that wasn't a dead giveaway, that they clearly just made him look all bruised up and beaten. I don't know what else could tell you that. I mean, he did get hit by a cup, and that was about it. He got hit by literally one cup and supposedly did all that damage to him. So he's a punk. Um, the thing that really also threw me off, and I was not expecting, which really did play a amazing role in the grand scheme of just like how sick and sadistic Apollo is, or just like how much faith and like disgusting things he's told these, young kids, or he's told the kid when they were kids and let them grow up to, become adults, and they still believe in everything since the first time they've talked. Um, but this man who is the level 3 actually gave himself to Apollo. So, I mean, we can only imagine what this guy really wants with Bill, right? Like, he said, as soon as I got my eye on something or someone, I never let him go and stuff like that. So why would he go through such lengths to get him unless, like, he's got some nasty nastiness planned up for him? So I'm not looking forward to that at all. And I'm guessing everybody else isn't either, seeing how they're trying to fight and save Belle at this moment. But this is where the show like really shines all of a sudden. Like, not only was this show like ridiculously dope for me, in the grand scheme of the fighting and the overall setup of certain characters, having us learn about them in their own ways, right? Um, Now that we are getting this like weird information about Lily, it kind of shows just how much depth this show can really go into, because she already was in a group or like a new familia that was like stealing from her, right? Or like she was in the same familia, and since they were stealing from her and doing this and that to her, she got enough money to pay out of it. And after she paid out of it, you would think there's no one else to, chase her down, try to get her to join anything, or in this case, practically show up and remind them how disgusting you probably are in the grand scheme of beating, torturing, and, just physical abuse in general, because the eyes of Lily this week, man, was devastating in the case of it looked like she was mind controlled. It looked like she literally had her whole entire mind wiped of everything she remembered up to that point, and just gave up on it, because that's how much of a, like how much of a mental beating she has in the back of her mind, that even after all the time we spent together as with these characters, she didn't care at all. She needed to get out. She needed to be done. She needed to be, you know, completely in this guy's grasp as he wanted it. So, man, uh, I was not expecting them to do that. And then not only do they show us that, they show us, this guy who practically quote unquote owns her or is her first family member. So whatever he says to her or didn't say to her was enough to make her absolutely abandon Belle, abandon her teammate that she's right next to, backing up in a fight that could cost him his life, and just leave, not worry about any of this anymore, which also puts us down a fighter in the war game that I don't even think Hestia or anyone knew about until our uh, till Wolfheim or our Melder straight up shows up and he's like, yeah, she's gone, and of course he wanted to go save her, and Hestia heard just what the name of the family was, and Unlike Bell, who is straight up like running for his life, being attacked by a family who has so much firepower, somehow this family also gets to recruit a whole nother familia in this thing. Like they have multiple familias fighting against just Bell practically, and it's completely fair game because you know why? He can he can easily deal with the overall notion of what anybody says about it, right? Because as of right now, the guild is like, oh yeah, we could try to stop them, but after we try to stop them, it would just get paid off by Apollo. He would just pay it off. He will just say that I'm so sorry that this happened. Some personal business got involved, and after it got involved, I handled it, and here's your money for anybody who got inconvenient, like an inconvenience. And that will be it. Like, that's how they drew out this narrative for this disgusting character who clearly has the most influence around and can easily put whatever he wants up as collateral when it comes down to him having enough money or having enough fame or having enough pull, whatever it may be. He has enough of it to do whatever the heck he wants. So that leads us to Hestia just showing up to his front door, accepting the fight because not only is he recruiting other family members, he has just made this family member that joined in take one of his own take one of her own like helpers, not only helpers, but one of Belle's friends. Okay, you don't do that. You just don't do that. So I can't wait to see how this all played out. This is crazy, man. If you told me that this second episode was gonna be so lit, I would have been like, man, it's Danmachi. It can be lit at any time it feels like it. But my God, I was not expecting this quick of uh like this escalated quickly, guys. This escalated so quickly. But it's all great. It's all great stuff. So we're gonna see Bell train with Ainz maybe. It might be one of these scenarios where he doesn't actually train with her because we can obviously, kind of understand what he's going to train. He's going to train his melee. He's probably going to train a little bit of magic. Who knows? But the best part too is he's not just training with Ainz this time. He's training with someone else that also has, her own perspective and her own knowledge of combat, so it doesn't just lead him to be following along with just one person who really didn't seemingly have that good grasp on. Oh, that was sick. That was sick. He literally shot Naruto up there, and Kurama just absorbed it for him. I just disappeared through that because I'm a god. And oh, he just grabbed me through my. All right, try to grab me through my final flash, Kakarot. Prepare yourself. Catch this final flash. All right, but yeah, overall, we definitely know what's probably going to happen during this war game is one, we probably need more teammates that aren't on our team right now, right? So I think that's a good reason why we saw the samurai girl in the opening credits and it looking like she is much more a part of the team than not, because it's not like her other teammates were there eating dinner with our main characters, right? So that's kind of my thought process on how they're probably going to recruit her or how she's just going to slide in on their squad, um, like just maybe for a little bit or something along those lines. I'm not really sure yet, but regardless of what they do for that character, I'm definitely excited to see what, how, and what pops off in that. But yeah, we we have such a good episode, man. We got Lily who got pretty much taken back to her old group. We got Belle who's about to go and train like a madman yet again. And we also have we also just have the fact that there's somebody who's level 3 who's pushing Belle even further than, he's probably should be going as a level 2, right? Like he's going to be ridiculously powerful, and that's mainly what I'm looking forward to now that we have a reason for him to fight people that have talented skills. I mean, to be fair, do we really think that they used all of their strength to try to capture him? I mean, maybe some of the like trash can people, like the elf guy who was shooting out the electric and stuff. He looked like he was trying pretty hard. Um, but when it came down to everybody else, it didn't feel like they were trying that hard, right? It felt like, well, I mean, the level 3 anyway, he's using his sword and just cutting, slowly but surely cutting down Bell instead of using any type of actual magic or techniques that could grant him speed, power, and we have people that have chances of being invincible. You know what I mean? So there's so much different powers that we've seen throughout this whole entire show that now all of a sudden that none of it was used. It was kind of obvious that they were holding back because they did not want to kill Bell and they were trying to follow their master's orders by bringing him back. And because this guy who sold his soul to Apollo was the one who's level 3 and caught up to Bell and got this one-on-one, he was going to go as far as cutting off an arm or a leg and then just paying for a healer. So we got so much in this episode, and I can't wait to see what you guys are feeling about it. So let me know in the comments down below if you're watching this, if you enjoyed this episode, if you are not going to be keeping up with this show, and you're just here because your boy, the Anime G, is dropping that content, and you're just here to check up on me. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, with all that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, and whatever the case may be when you watch this. I am your boy, the Anime G. And I heard that there's a 1 hour special of JoJo, so yeah, I'm just waiting for that to drop, and I will have that also to you. So with that, peace.